Hello everyone! In this series we will be dissecting derivatives. This video, as of the 25th of May 2020, is the current course map for everything I'm going to produce relating to derivatives. This video is simply meant as a list for recommended prerequisites and what I'm going to be covering. For some recommended prerequisites, your laws of indices, some trigonometric functions and identities, exponential and logarithms, parametric curves and implicit curves are my recommended starters. You don't have to know necessarily deep understanding of all of them, but at least to know that they exist and what they all mean. I also highly recommend for this topic and any other calculus/graph related topics of Desmos.com. The link is in the description below. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially an online graphing calculator, and it's really fun, it's interactive, and you can do and make whatever graphs you want. There are also apps for iOS and Android that you can download for the ultimate on-the-go graphing experience. And hey, if you're bored, you can just plot some graphs. So in terms of what I'm going to be covering, I'm going to be covering first, differentiation from first principles. If you're completely new to derivatives, I recommend this is where you start because it gives you that intuition on how derivatives work and where they come from. Also in that video, in the later half, I will be covering what's known as the epsilon delta definition of a limit and how this links to derivatives. You do not need to know what that means for any A-level spec, but it's a pretty cool thing that everyone should know nonetheless. Next, I'll be covering the various rules, i.e. the power rule, the chain rule, the product rule, the quotient rule, etc. and their proof using differentiation from first principles or other methods. Each of them will have their own video, so you can easily just scroll down and find them. The next topic after that will be shapes of curves, convex and concave curves, and knowing how to identify them. And I'll also go into some applications that they have. And then just after that will be stationary points and inflections and their consequences. Then after that video, I'll be looking at differentiation of functions in general. So those trig functions that you learn, those exponentials, and learning how to differentiate them. Similarly, after that will be doing parametric differentiation and implicit differentiation, which make a heavy use of the chain rule. And so I recommend you familiarize yourself with all the rules above to make sure you're good to go with the rest of these topics. And finally, the last video will be on partial derivatives. Now, partial derivatives isn't in any spec per se, but in order to become more accustomed with more formal mathematics and physics and any other mathematical fields, you'll need to familiarize yourself with partial derivatives. And they're really not that bad at the most fundamental level. Anyhow, in the description below, I'll have links, as I mentioned, Desmos.com, and to all the videos in this playlist when they are created. Anyhow, this has been Chung. Thank you for listening and have a great day.